93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
It's Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart. Spring is here, right? It's March. And Peterson's U-Cart has everything you need to make your outdoor space look amazing. Check them out online. You can find out how you can enjoy all their different landscape supplies. They've got pipe, concrete, and so much more. It's Peterson, the letter U, carts.com.
Hey, let's do Dumbass of the Day.
Wah, 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 wah.
Going to court for Latinos and blacks is like a game show.
What?
All right, Mr. Esparza, 5 people get up. It's me, fool. You have a warrant for $5,000. What you gonna do? Latinos and blacks, we get nervous. We start looking at the audience for help. You see, rich people bring a lawyer. Latinos and blacks bring their mom.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
It was funny stuff, isn't it? It was funny. I think it could have gone on. Oh, my gosh. All right, off to Pennsylvania. This woman got busted for heroin. She's on probation. She had to go to her probation meeting. I guess she didn't realize that they... you go through a metal detector, and then they look in your bag, and it didn't go well.
Police say 29-year-old Valine Reed went to the Blair County Adult Probation Office for a scheduled visit, and after arriving, they searched her and found numerous bags of heroin and a needle cap in her purse. They seized over 1,000 packets of heroin from Reed several months ago. She now faces new felony and misdemeanor drug charges.
Plus, her bail was revoked. No more probation. Got to go spend some time. Obviously, this is where the system really works, right? If you are so hard up for heroin and you are so out of it that you go to your probation appointment with heroin in your purse, on your person, you need a lot of help. I almost felt bad calling her dumbass of the day now because she's probably got a real bad drug problem.
Yeah, but you have to. Maybe that's part of being rock bottom. Sometimes you have to be dumbass of the day to be rock bottom.
30 bags of heroin in her purse.
I mean, I've never gone to
How big is a bag of heroin? I don't even know. It must be a very small bag.
I've had friends that have gone to like AA and things like that. Different counseling, whatever. And that's all it is people telling funny stories about when they,
were drunk?
Yeah, basically. So that's what I've heard.
So wait, this sounds pretty entertaining. So wait, you get to go there and you get free donuts and coffee and whatever, and then you sit down and you get to listen to everybody.
Each other. Like you would be able to tell people about that time that you fell through the windshield at a winery.
Yes,
on a party bus.
Yes, I have so many stories of me being drunk doing dumb things.
Maybe you should look into AA, Mr. Entertainer.
This is what me and my friends do when we
Jeremy the Entertainer, just like Cedric.
JW, the Entertainer. Well, JW is our police officer friend, but those are my initials. This is all my friends and I do when we go camping, is we sit around while we're drinking, tell stories about past shenanigans where normally one of us got hurt or almost died. And everybody laughs. It's a crack up.
I believe AA meetings are about an hour long. I think
no campfire though, and no
campfire,
no Miller Lite.
No, definitely no drinking. Yes, there's no drinking at an AA
meeting. That might be the problem because I usually have a good buzz when I tell these stories. I'm better,
and the stories are probably so much better when they've got a little alcohol embellishment behind it.
And AA meetings are very similar, except for the fact that AA meetings don't have any alcohol. Mm. Just take the alcohol away and the fire.
Would you go on your camping trip if there was no alcohol?
Yes.
That's a lie. That is a lie because you don't want to be lumped in with AA people.
No, I definitely would. I love it. Are you kidding me? I think about it and talk about it all year. I just can't wait to go.
Okay, I'm going to text the people that you know on that trip and say, hey, keep this on the down low, but Jeremy's got a real problem with the alcohol this year.
Now,
keep
if
him
I
away
got
from
there,
the bottle and see how that's received.
And everybody was drinking, and they're like, nope. Jeff said, nope. I'm like, well, screw Jeff. He's not here. Congratulations, Miss Pennsylvania. You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, you cart, you save.
Jeff and Jeremy here online at KZOZ.com. I'm not sure if you caught this in the news. I know you don't watch a lot of stuff. I saw this yesterday, and I wanted to play it for you and get your thoughts on it. What Giselle said to Tom Brady right after he won the Super Bowl on the field. Remember, Tom went over to the security guard and said, hey, can my wife and kids come down? So respectful. You know, the longer I get to know Tom,
golly
even though I
shucks.
don't know him, the more I like this guy.
Yeah, golly gee shucks. You know, he's just a great guy.
He just is such a good dude. What do you think she said to him?
You better not drink tonight. No, I don't know. I have no idea.
He drank the next day,
we know
or
that.
whatever that parade was.
He's like, she said last night, Broncos go.
Check it out here.
All of a sudden the game ends and you realize, okay, the season's over. We won the Super Bowl. They're dropping confetti. And then all of a sudden I saw my wife and I gave her a big hug. And just as I did it, she says, what more do you have to prove?
She's been trying to get him to quit for a long time.
Of course, it's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
You can get concussions. You can break a neck. I mean, he could be paralyzed. I mean, there's been so many terrible injuries from football. The guy is the greatest. You know, I don't give a crap if you're a fan or not. He is the GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. He is. He's got the numbers. He's proved it. He doesn't need to play anymore. He loves the game. And it made me think of Andy Rooney. And I know they're very different people.
Oh, you think Tom Brady's going to be playing into his, 80s?
No, I know he can't do that. Football is the guy's life. I don't know him at all. I know what I've read about him in different articles and Sports Illustrated, seeing stuff and interviews. But, you know, the guy loves football. And you take people that love what they do so much that they make it their life, and you take it away from them, and everything changes. Old people like Andy Rooney, they die. Not Andy Rooney. What am I trying to say? What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about, right? From 60 Minutes?
I thought it was Andy Rooney.
Is it Andy Rooney? Yeah, okay.
I think you're right.
I'm thinking of a different something. But anyways, yeah, Andy Rooney. He died.
I think you were thinking
that Ed guy from
Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney. Yes, I was. Andy Rooney was
Magic Dragon.
Anyways, and you know, as soon as he left the TV, he was dead within months. Yeah. Within months. Mm-hmm. So sad. And who knows? Maybe he retired because we didn't know something. But I don't think so. I think he just died of natural causes. You take so many people out of their element and what they've done their whole life, or a big chunk of their life, and what is the most important thing for them. He doesn't want to stop that. I don't see Tom Brady as a coach. Do you?
It's hard to argue with that track record of success. I mean,
I just don't see him being a coach on the sideline, yelling at guys.
He yells at guys all the time on the sidelines. What are you talking about?
That's true. He did throw a fit last year.
Yeah. I mean, he's always yelling at guys.
Super Bowl.
A little too much. How about?
I think he's
the ultimate
smart guy. I think he definitely could do it.
I think him and Phillip Rivers should run a quarterback camp, and they're just yelling at people all the time. They're yelling at each other.
I love Phillip Rivers when he yells. I miss that. I'm going to miss that. Sorry, I'm already missing it. When he was in San Diego, oh my God, he'd throw a tantrums.
Question of the day: would you send your kid to be a quarterback at the Phillip Rivers / Tom Brady quarterback camp, where they berate him all day long for not doing what they want him to do?
I know for a fact I'm more of a Phillip Rivers guy. If I was a quarterback, I would be more Phillip Rivers than anybody else, because I'm a lot better than I used to be, but I used to really just lay into people.
It's because you're smoking more weed. Or not smoking. I'm consuming more THC.
No, I really am not. I mean, I know it's legal, and since it's legal, I feel like I can now. Okay. But, huh?
Okay.
Okay, just because I hit you up for some edibles doesn't
mean
me
up. I'm not. Why are you hitting me up? Well, maybe you're not. You're not doing it because if you're hitting me up, you're hitting up the wrong guy.
Well, I'm just saying. Hey, do you know anybody?
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So if, I'm just thinking about this. Look, if you're already overweight and you're trying to lose weight, the places you don't want to live, Jeff nailed it. Texas, Mississippi is number 7 on the list, but Texas is number 1. McAllen, Texas, to be specific. I don't know where that is. Tennessee, Memphis, of course. Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, the food. I mean, it's the food.
It's all fried and greasy and not good for you.
It's like barbecue, and I mean, it's like, think about it, okay? Once you go to these places, and I'm going to use San Luis Obispo as the perfect example. And I'm talking about San Luis Obispo proper, not the area, because we all know that it can get different in different times of the area. I'm talking about city limits San Luis Obispo. They have one law that aids everybody in the city limits to a healthier life.
Yeah, it does.
No drive-thrus.
It's, people are like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, I know it sucks, but at the same time, when I lived here,
I know.
I never ate fast food because the whole point of fast food is it's convenient. Like, I'm not going into Burger King to get a Whopper or getting a Big Mac. I mean, that's weird. Now, I work here, and yes, there are times that, on the way to work, I'll stop at the Madonna to get me a sausage McMuffin. But there's been so many times where I'm like, man, that sounds good. I'm like, I don't feel like
too much of a hassle.
Yeah, I don't feel like going in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, everywhere in the South, Texas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi.
Louisiana's so nice it made it twice, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 different cities, by the way. Actually, 3 times. Lafayette, Shreveport, and Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tennessee's in here a couple times, Knoxville and Memphis.
But when those around you are heavier than you are, you're like, at least I don't got as bad as that person. But when everybody around you is in super good condition, you're like, I got to do some work.
I would love to know the numbers for San Luis Obispo. I bet you
Obesity
San Luis
rates?
Obispo County might be one of the best in California.
How many
If you
towns?
if you could look county by county, and I'm sure there's something like that. Maybe you could look just specifically for San Luis Obispo, because you're right. Once you go north or south, it's it's a little different than what it is here. Everybody's riding a bike. They do bike nights. They encourage you to exercise by having fun, by getting on. Do they still do bike nights?
Actually, hold on. There is something. According to slowhealthcounts.org.
SLO, like it's our
SLO,
own
yeah.
local thing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not,
could be
not,
bikes.
not slow health. Adults that are obese, it's 22%. 22% of the adults in San Luis Obispo are obese.
What's the nation average? What's the nation average for obese people in the United States?
I found this on the web.
All right, let me click on
Did
it.
you really think she was going to give you a straight answer on something so
No,
complex?
she's such a jerk. She's like, come on. Adult
it's
obesity
trending up,
facts.
though.
2021. This is as of February. All right, 42%.
I got to tell you this, Jeremy.
And that was 2000.
42% of the Americans are
That was
obese?
in 2018. It said it was going to give you 20.
Get this. According to this slowhealthcounts.org, okay, in 2011, it was at 18. It dropped to the high 17s percentage-wise, because it's like 17.7 in 2012. Then in 2014, shot up to 22%. What happened between 2012 and 2014? What happened? Shot up all the way to 22. 20. I mean, from 17%. There used to
food
be
delivery. What is food delivery?
I mean, you're talking about a 4% increase, which is pretty substantial. I would think it would be just better, because when you remember when we first moved here, like, San Luis Obispo was a great town, and we moved here in the mid 2000s. But the dining options weren't that plentiful. Now they're very plentiful. Very, very.
Yeah, but most of the food is really good and healthy, and
and you
not
have to take
processed
into
and all
consideration that this is these are also county numbers.
I think there's more fast food restaurants.
These are county numbers, not San Luis Obispo city numbers.
Yeah, I think there's more fast food.
There was a resurgence of dining options in Paso Robles post earthquake. Right? I mean, like, they started rebuilding Paso Robles, and it's really hit its stride in the last 6-7 years.
Do you think just because there's more restaurants, more people eat more and they get fatter?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. The restaurant portions are enormous.
But we like that, right? If you go to a restaurant, you get little portions, you feel robbed.
Right, I know, because you're paying good money for it.
And then they bring all that food out, you're like, oh, I couldn't eat all that, and then you do.
Yeah.
And then you sit there going,
And you could get
I
by
didn't eat all that.
eating probably a third of whatever any restaurant's bringing you out, and call it a meal.
It's called discipline, man. That's what it comes down to. It's tough. I battle with it.
I tell you what I did. I did something so gross the other night. Oh my God, this is so gross.
I don't want to know then.
Huh?
I don't think I want to know.
I think you do want to know.
How gross on a scale of 1 to 5?
I'm going to have to craft
1 to 10.
I'm going to have to craft my statement. Depends on your stomach. I'm going to have to craft my statement to make it so it doesn't gross you out, and that's going to take some time. But I tell you, this gross thing I did the other night
with food.
With food, I can't believe I did it, but I did it because I was gluttonous and hungry.
If you were thinking about what is the top healthiest places, by the way, healthiest, Utah, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, California came in at number 5, San Jose specifically, Minnesota, Massachusetts, Colorado, and number 1. I'm surprised because they have a lot of big people there. Hawaii. The natives are not
fresh
small.
food though. Native food.
Wake up, Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, so Jeff said he did something gross. He just told me a little bit about it, so it's not that bad. And, well, go ahead. Why did you do this?
Friday night, if you go to Habit, okay, and you go through the drive-thru, like everybody wanted food from Habit on Friday night, so we stopped by, me being my daughter and I, because she's got gymnastics on Friday night, so we are responsible for bringing the food home. And we go through the Habit drive-thru, and we get up to it, and Habit can be on the pricier side when it comes to it, and they have this deal, and it stares down at me like a beam of sunlight from the clouds. Oh, I mean, it is just speaking to me. And it's 4 burgers, 4 fries, 10-piece chicken strips. And their chicken nuggets are no longer nuggets, they're strips now.
And you ate it all?
No. That would be impressive. No, we had leftover food. And we had an entire burger left over. I ate 2. My wife ate a lettuce wrap 1.
You ate 2 burgers?
Yeah.
They must be small.
On Friday. No, they're Habit burgers.
They're regular Habit burger?
I was hungry.
How much is this? All the?
But I don't
by the way?
eat fries.
How much is all this? Did you say? I'm sorry.
$25.
Oh my God, that's a great
Which
deal.
is a great deal for Habit.
For your family, yeah.
Yeah. So for feeding
4
the family.
burgers, 4 fries, and chicken strips.
And 10 chicken strips.
And how big are the chicken strips?
They're chicken strips.
Regular chicken.
I mean, I was very they're, I don't know, they're about that big, but they're great for kids, and the kids, that's the only thing they wanted
that.
Chicken strips. They don't even want the.
So your wife ate a burger and some fries. You ate 2 burgers.
1 burger left over. Put it in the refrigerator. Sat in the back of the refrigerator for days.
Like 5 days or less.
I ate it Tuesday night.
When did this happen?
Cold. Friday.
Oh.
I took the lettuce off of it. I scraped the lettuce
I love
off
eating
of it.
cold cheeseburgers out of the fridge with a glass of milk.
So delicious.
Yeah.
It's
not gross.
so good.
Why did you think that was going to be gross?
It is almost better cold than it was hot. It was so delicious, and now I've got me thinking. I was like in a pinch, and I was just hungry, and I just wanted to fulfill.
Yeah,
the
because
need.
they do onions, which I'm surprised because they're sautéed, but they do these grilled onions or whatever.
Excellent.
But no, double cheeseburger. Just a regular cheeseburger, double cheeseburger from McDonald's, cold with a glass of milk. It's one of my favorite hangover foods. Because, well, I don't want to get into that, but
it's not the meeting yet, bro.
Are you sure? All right, stick around. Coming up, we got your final shot to go to the Slow Film Festival and your virtual pass, and maybe go to Surf Night.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.